What's up? This is Derek Brown of the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to Rashad and David of the Panther Nation podcast. The voice of the Panther Nation. Make sure y'all like them and subscribe. Keep pounding.
Yo, this is Panther legend Jonathan Stewart, and I just wanted to shout out to Rashad Beard and David Rhodes of Panther Nation podcast, the voice of the Panther Nation. Keep pounding.
You are now tuned into the Panther Nation podcast.
Delone fires to an open Smith. Steve Smith is going to go all the way. No flags down. Smith scores, and the Carolina Panthers win in overtime.
Seal, he's intercepted by Keekly. Keekly inside the 20, to the 10, and to the end zone for another Panthers.
Welcome to the Panther Nation podcast. And here are your hosts, Rashad Beard and David Rhodes.
Hold up, yo, this dude Dave, man, let me tell y'all something about this dude Dave, yo. This dude got immaculate timing, dog. Immaculate timing, bro. Dave, fam. Let me tell y'all something.
I heard it.
Let me tell y'all something about this dude Dave. I think Dave was taking a nap. Dave might
No, that was not what was happening. You know what was going down?
What was
And how I
happening?
showed up like right on time.
What happened, yo?
So I've been on a Persona 5 Royal binge for like the last 2 weeks. So since I'm all quarantined on my non-work hours, I've been attacking this game. This is like I'm like at hour 97 of this game right now, yo. So I'm close to the promised land right now, and I was in the middle of a boss fight when you called.
This dude
So
Dave.
I closed the boss out, got my little bonuses, got my experience points action. It came downstairs, threw the headphones on, and came
Yo,
on.
I called Dave at 8:46. Yo, we live. This dude Dave said, "Oh snap, I'm logging right in." Yo, and this dude right as I'm about to hit the button with the scene of us two, this dude logs into the Zoom. Crazy, yo. This dude's wild, man. This dude Dave is wild. But we always keep it a buck. I was gonna come up here like, yo, Dave gonna join us in a second. Y'all just hold tight. Dave is gonna be here in a minute. I was gonna hold you down, bro. I was gonna hold you down.
I heard as soon as I took my earpiece on, I heard the end of the theme, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect timing. That's immaculate timing.
Yeah, it's funny. That's funny, bro. Funny. But Dave, excuse me. How was your weekend, broski? We back. We live. It's Monday. I smell football right around the corner. Things are starting to open back up. Shout out to Jared for the super chat. The sponsor for this podcast. Shout out to Jared. But go ahead, Dave. What you got, bro? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. I was chilling, you know. Like I said, I've been on a Persona 5 bench, so the weekends when I get real aggressive, like 10 to 12 hour attacks. But it was pretty good, man. It was pretty chill. Didn't leave the house till Sunday.
Yeah, man.
I found sanitizer though. I found wipes.
You stay finding some sanitizer, bro.
Yeah, look, man. Like Rhode Island's supposed to be opening its doors starting this week, but our cases are still climbing a little bit. They're starting to plateau though. But we'll probably hit 10,000 by the end of this week. Smallest state in the nation.
Shout out to Slim.
man.
Appreciate that. Hey, listen. I apologize about the Here Comes the Money drop. I had to take it off. We was getting demonetized. Our videos was getting demonetized for the Shane O'Mac joint. So I had to take that out. I gotta find another joint. For the money.
We might have to go get our musician to hook us up with something.
Yeah. We'll have to do something. else. But yeah, I gotta find something else. Cause every time a super chat would come through, we was getting demonetized. I was like, yo, come on, bro.
And sometimes they don't do it immediately. Cause like when I used to record like concerts and stuff, initially they would be cool with it, and then like 6 months will go by, then all of a sudden this has been demonetized. But.
Yeah. So I gotta find a new song, man. New track for the money song. But yeah, we appreciate the super chats, man. Again, all the funds that we get goes right back into the content. It pays for subscriptions. It pays for a lot of things. My new microphone that I got to level up. So we appreciate that, man. Shout out to all the new subscribers. We marching right along to 3,000, man. It's getting close to 3,000. It's a lot of new love popping up. So we appreciate it, and we're gonna keep bringing that content always. Okay, always, 100%. We live all the time. Every Monday we here. And after, this is my last late time being late. So it'll be 8:30 from here on out, unless something changes. It'll be 8:30 from here on out. We'll be starting on time. So again, my bad for being 15 minutes behind. But yeah, man. Shout out to Jonathan Stewart. Shout out to Derek Brown. Good looking on the drops. We appreciate that. What's good, Dave? It's not really. It's a lot of roster movement. A lot of roster movement happening.
I saw on the Twitters that we let a running back go.
Yeah. I got the roster. We'll, if you've been around for a while, we will have the rosters, and we'll go over the rosters through this Excel spreadsheet. The longtime listeners know exactly what I'm talking about. We'll pull that up and get through it. But there's a couple things we got to take care of before that. Just give me 1 second, and we'll get it cracking. There we go. All right, so Dave, the jersey numbers dropped. So you know what happens when the jersey numbers drop, Dave. The jersey order definitely went in.
No, you did, man. I didn't call you.
You never got back to me.
Dude,
you never got back to me.
When I'm off the grid, yo, I'm off the grid. When I'm in
in
RPG land, I'm there. But don't worry, the game will probably be done between now and tomorrow.
Yes, it's all good, but y'all know how I get down with the jerseys. Definitely put a rather large order in. Some of those will be given away after I get them signed. If you've been a long-time listener, or if you're a new subscriber, how it works is come training camp, if there is a training camp, I get jerseys signed, and I typically give them away as part of this podcast. So if you're a subscriber, just keep subscribing and keep watching, and y'all know you all will know when those videos, or excuse me, when those giveaways will happen. But yeah, man, the jersey numbers came out. We got obviously Derek Brown with number 95. He took Dontari Poe's old number. Charles Johnson's old was 95 as well. Yetur Gross-Matos took 97, so he took Mario Addison's number. Hopefully he can garner some of that sack knowledge through the 97 magic, because if he develops some of those same skill sets, it's a wrap, because he's gonna be a beast if he can rush the passer like Mario Addison did. Also Jeremy Chin, he took number 21. Who else had number 21 for the Panthers? I can't recall any 21s, man. Any marquee 21s?
Not marquee, but we've had 21s.
Any marquee 21s? I can't think of any marquee 21s off the top of my head. Seriously, nah, I wouldn't call that marquee, but he did wear 21.
Mike Mitchell did wear 21.
I thought Mitchell wore 23. I'm tripping.
Lucas did wear 21.
Ken Lucas wore 21. Okay, that's. All right.
No, he wasn't. Yeah,
I thought
y'all got me second guessing everything.
I thought Ken Lucas was like 20.
Marcus says 23. Tim Biakabatuka was 21.
But there we go.
Tim Biakabatuka was 21.
I knew there was
one.
I knew it was a solid 21. All right, so moving on. Troy Pride, he wore number 25. Most recently worn by Eric Reed. Didn't Eric Reed wear 25?
Eric Reed wore 20.
Yeah, 25 Eric Reed wore 25.
Gotta get rid of that number quick. You hear me?
Straight up. Turn the page quickly.
That number, that page went.
Yo, that's funny and disrespectful at the same time. Yo, that's wild. All right, so my man Kenny
Gamble was 20. After dinner, Minner was 30.
Yeah. So Kenny Robinson, he took number 27. Kevon Seymour wore number 27. Coincidentally, Mike Davis, was it Marcus Davis? Mike Davis.
No, Mike Davis.
He wears number 27 as well, so you already know what time it is, Dave. They're getting him the hell up out of here quick. So that's,
even though he wasn't the running back that was let go.
That's early, but he's definitely not making the roster. But it's just funny how they gave out the same number, and it's even on the Panthers website. Both of them are marked as 27. So you already know what time it is when your number's already given away and you're still on the roster. That's super disrespectful, by the way.
But what if they can't find another number for him?
Who might
Like, what
be?
if you're like a squad that has like a lot of great running backs, and they run out of digits?
I don't know, man.
It happens, man.
It does happen. It does happen. But
There
man.
ain't too many halfbacks you see in the 40s like that.
True.
There's a couple. But there ain't too many.
All right, so moving on, Bravion Roy took number 93, most recently worn by Gerald McCoy.
But Mike Rucker had that number.
Before that, Mike Rucker, obviously, which is funny because I'm reading the Panthers website right now, and they just completely disrespected Gerald McCoy. Yo, they said,
Gerald McCoy disrespected us too, right?
Well, maybe, but they did not mention. They said while the defensive tackle Kyle Love most recently wore number 93. How does the Panthers website get that wrong, dog?
Why are you assuming that they got it wrong? Why are you assuming
so
they
you
got
saying
it wrong on accident?
So you saying it was intentional?
Could have been intentional.
Absolutely.
Former Buck.
Could have been intentional. Could have been intentional. Absolutely, 100%. But yeah,
maybe the website guy isn't as good as the Twitter guy or gal.
What if it's the same guy and he just used his super?
Maybe his focus is on Twitter and it needs to continue to be on Twitter.
I don't know.
Yo, he got to look. Panthers got to go Twitter handle. I don't care.
Hey man, but listen, exactly, and he be super sly with the disrespect. So maybe this was intended, like you're saying. Maybe this was intended to be super disrespectful. I don't know. We'll see. The world may never know, Dave.
No soon enough.
And Stanley Thomas Oliver III he's picked number 23. Melvin White most recently wore number 23.
I thought Melvin White was 25, but I could be wrong.
No, Melvin White was 23, and Ken Lucas was 23 as well.
Oh, okay.
So he wore 23, and then he did switch to 21. Ken Lucas switched to 21.
So he did switch, so I wasn't bugging.
No, you're not bugging at all. You be bugging, but you're not bugging this time.
Okay. Look, man, I showed up on time. What more do you want?
Yeah, barely. Yo,
it
skin in your teeth, dog.
No, it's funny. I was never that slick like that. It just felt that way today. But there was a guy I used to travel with that would always show up to the airport right before the gates closed. And it was like consistently would show up right before the gate closes.
Crazy. I couldn't do it, man. I can't operate. I'm always early. Either early or if you ain't early, you're late. So
even my wife was like, "Is today Monday? Aren't you supposed to be downstairs?" I'm like, "I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there."
So you ain't started yet. So you did it on purpose.
No, I knew that I was gonna get a ping from you if I was gonna miss something. As soon as you called and said we were live, like, all right, bet.
All right.
Boss just ended and we head downstairs. I didn't have time to save, so pray that we don't lose power upstairs.
Yeah,
and I lose my stopping point on my PlayStation.
You'll be straight. All right, so moving on, Dave. We gotta address this trade rumor thing, because apparently Matt Rule wanted to trade down in the draft and got overridden by Marty Herney.
You know what that means, right?
I'm just reporting the news, bro.
Who run it?
I wish I had it because I would have dropped that joint. I would have dropped that.
We would get demonetized, man. You can't do that. Right?
I would have just hit the Who Run It joint. I would just hit the Who Run It. So this is fake news. I have rumor up here. So I'm not a fake news spreader. But
I wouldn't be shocked.
The rumor is that Matt Rule he would have liked to have traded down. It wasn't like he was begging to trade down. He would have liked to have traded down.
I thought they were going to do it, to be honest with you. Like, at one point, I'm thinking, maybe somebody that wants Isaiah or Derrick Brown's going to come up to get him. And then it didn't happen.
I don't know.
It could have been.
I don't know. They're saying the chat saying it's fake news. So it could be fake news. So I have rumor up here for a reason. It's definitely not like I'm spreading this as gospel, okay? But it looks like that Herney according to what this is saying, is Hurney overrode or went ahead and was like, nah, we need Derrick Brown. And so but again, take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is, okay? And that's true. Slim said he trusts Hurney in round 1. We all do. We all trust him in
This is the first time taking a tackle in the first, though. I believe. Taking a DT.
I don't know.
I believe this is the first time taking a DT in the first. But no, it's interesting, man. Like, I thought the move was to try to trade down, because if you could have got down maybe three spots, you probably could have gotten your guy. But I think what happened with the quarterback situation kind of ended that. I think the only way it possibly would have worked is if there was a quarterback still sitting there.
Yeah, I don't know, but we got to talk about it. We had to address it because it kind of gets into the psyche of the front office, like who's doing what. And I think maybe somebody got a little happy and spread this information, which may not be true.
Matt Rule's always said that Marty is the one that's making the calls.
He has always said that. That. But in saying that though, it wouldn't make sense for him to say, "Yeah, I would like to trade back," and then, So I don't know. You take.
There could always be disagreements in the war room about it.
Of course. That's that's a healthy war room needs some disagreements. So it is what it is. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on from the trade rumors. And let's get into some of these signings. Okay. Hold on 1 second, Dave. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Had to grab my notes off the printer again, man. Yo, I right after my meetings, I got to run down here. But all right, so let's get into some of these signings because we got we're starting to fill out this roster. We're starting to fill it out, and you're seeing types of players. There's some trends that we can follow, and it's once we pull up the 90-man roster, or it's actually 89. But once we pull that up, you kind of start to see what's going on. So this dude, Derek Thomas, he last year he was signed by Seattle, coming out. He was an undrafted free agent cornerback out of Baylor. He has definitely has the two connects here. He has the Temple Connect and the Baylor Connect, both of them joints. Okay, he transferred from Temple to Baylor to follow his boy, okay? And that's why he's on the roster right now. That kind of loyalty gets you jobs, Dave. So, again, don't expect this man to make the roster. If he does, there's clear favoritism here. But I don't see him making the roster. Undrafted guy. I think Rule is just trying to get his culture game proper in the locker room. So he's bringing in as many guys as he can. So again, we're starting to fill out the roster. There's going to be some guys up here that are not very good, that aren't going to make the roster, and that's most of what these guys want to talk about today. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Any news? Any news with the any thoughts on this, Dave?
On this gentleman. I mean, you never know, man. He could make the team because of the connect, but if he's got a little bit of NFL experience, it might help a bit.
Marcus, we'll answer that question. I'm going to answer that question. So Marcus says, I wonder what percentage of the roster has the Baylor Temple Connect. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Appreciate that, Slim. But yeah, man. Yeah, so I think Derek, he is like 6'3", I think. I think Derek Thomas is 6'3". He's a taller cornerback. He's kind of in that mold, that athlete. We're getting athletes, tall athletes is what they're trying to do. So, again, it doesn't always come through. Just because you're tall and you're an athlete doesn't mean you have the brain to play football. Because it's more than just being an athlete. Being an athlete helps, but it's more to it than that. But yeah, that's all I got for Derek Thomas. Anything else, Dave, before we move on? 6'3" and runs a 4.4. That's what
if he's 6'3" and runs a 4, if he runs a 4.4, he definitely got a shot to make the team.
Yeah,
if he's tall and he's got speed, he's got a shot.
We'll see. I don't know. we'll see. When we pull up the rest of the roster, we'll see what we got and see if he can make the cut. All right. So moving on.
Let's go to the next Temple Baylor Connect.
No, there is no more Temple Baylor Connect that I don't think there's any more that we signed recently. So the next one up is Devontae Lambert. He was signed as undrafted free agent out of Auburn in 2016 by Tampa. He played in 11 games with 5 starts that season, playing 14. He tallied 14 tackles. So he's a defensive end. He spent 2017 on injured reserve with Tampa, and then was waived in 2018. But he is another XFL Connect, St. Louis Battlehawks Connect. That's the same team, I believe, that Kenny Robinson played for.
Kenny Robinson played for. Yep.
Yeah, he played for the same team. So I think there's some connect. I think there's another player too that played for the Battlehawks that we have. So somebody was getting their scout on for the Battlehawks. All right, so again, defensive end. I don't think he makes the roster either. Just another body at this point. We just getting some warm bodies. All right. Anything else on this cat?
Nah, man. XFL to the NFL, baby.
XFL action. All right, so let's move on. The next one is Jawan Bushell Beatty. He's an offensive tackle. Let's see, this cat. He actually made the 53-man roster last year with Dallas. And then he went to the XFL, and he was selected by the Battlehawks. So he's the other Battlehawks guy, another XFL Connect.
The Battlehawks, if I remember correctly, the Battlehawks had a good defense, didn't they?
Then I don't know. But then he was traded. He was drafted by the Battlehawks, and then traded to the Roughnecks.
Oh, so, our Roughnecks.
Is that how we rolling, Dave?
Our Roughnecks. Dude, I said whatever squad had the most Aggies is what I was rolling with.
All right,
the Roughnecks.
So our Roughnecks. Okay, then that's where PJ Walker was. So he's got the PJ Walker Connect. And so there's some connections there. Some definitely getting some connections there from the XFL. But what 3, 4, 5 XFL guys?
I'm assuming he started for the Roughnecks.
Yeah. He played alongside that. So I don't know if he started or not. Okay. I don't know. I don't know the offensive line. I don't know any of that.
Yeah, I ain't that deep in the XFL depth chart, but I will say this: if that guy didn't start for the XFL, he is definitely not having a shot to make this roster. I think, here's my opinion on the 90, man. Yes, some folks are bodies, but I think if they get the right opportunity, if they have the right opportunity and they take that opportunity with it, anybody can make the squad.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Listen, there's going to be some holdovers that don't make this roster that you can be like, man, this dude, why we cut him? That's because it's a new regime, bro. He's not Rule and his people are not tied to any of these cats. Okay, so anybody could be cut. You think about guys like, man, I hate to say it. Well, let me chill. Let me chill until we get to the 90-man roster, and then I'll start making some predictions. But let's get through these, and then we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so hold on and hold tight, and we'll get there. All right, so here's another interesting signing. This guy I think is gonna make the roster. We signed Michael Schofield, offensive guard, played for the Chargers. I think the past 3 years, and he's got a lot of starts. He got 66 out of 76 career games. He was originally a Broncos 3rd-round pick out of Michigan. He spent 3 seasons with the last 3 seasons with the Chargers. He's 6'6", 301 pounds. This is the dude. This dude was also on the Broncos 2015 Super Bowl team. They're saying he gave up 3 sacks. They're saying he was the dude that Coney Ely went ham on. I don't know. I don't know it to be true. I don't remember anything about that game. I just deleted that game from my brain. So, but yeah. So he has a lot of connections. He got the Pat Meyer Connect, who was our offensive line, one of our position coaches. So he goes back. He's got some history playing with Russell Okung, obviously, as Okung was the left tackle for the Chargers, and he played with Matt Paradis when Paradis was the Broncos. So there's a lot of connects right here that are very interesting, and I think he plugs right in Interesting signing though, Dave. Very interesting. What you think about this one? This one kind of caught me off guard. It's a 1-year deal, but it still caught me off guard.
I'm not shocked by it because we don't know what we're going to get out of Greg Little.
But see, I don't think Little was ever gonna be playing guard though.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Little's playing. Little is a backup left tackle, and that's if this dude
But
ever
what if
even. That's if
what if he wanted to start?
Dave, that's if he ever straps up. This dude
That's my
might not
point.
even play.
That's my point, right? Maybe Rule might have had a thought of putting him at guard if he's healthy enough.
I don't even know if Rule has enough information to make that call yet. Like he hasn't. You can look at film all day, but I don't think Rule has had enough data to say I can make this move to guard. I think that's why he went out and got Schofield, is because I think he got a surefire starter. Worst case scenario, maybe there's some guys that he signed. Some of these other practice squad dudes or undrafted free agents that he signed, but you at least got a surefire depth play in Schofield. So I like this. This definitely signals to me that they are not in no way, shape, or form tanking, Dave. They are really trying to fix it. And and so I commend I commend these cats for really if they definitely are not tanking, okay? And they're trying to put a product on the field and they giving it their best shot. This move makes sense. If you go back and look at what our offensive line looked like in our little heat map, which we'll revisit, the interior guys were worrisome. And now we end up signing an experienced guard. This dude's got 66 starts under his belt. So that he's got a lot of starting experience. He might not be that great. In fact, he's a pretty darn good pass blocker. Dave, this goes in line to what we were saying. What I've been saying all along. This dude, I think we're gonna be slanging the ball a lot. We're gonna be slanging the rock, Dave. Every lineman that we've signed so far is a better pass blocker than a run blocker.
Joe Brady, man.
I just feel like we are going to be slanging. I mean, if you're going to put the guys in the best position to succeed, you got to throw the ball a lot. Look
who's going to be slanging. The guy that everybody claims that can't slang. Yeah, Teddy about to.
I mean, they about to make it work.
Teddy about to be a sleeper fantasy QB.
They about to make it work, man. They about to make it work. Hey, I commend
Teddy. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Teddy Bridgewater did not come to Charlotte to be out here to be 4-12. He ain't about that life.
Nah, man. Hey, listen, we're gonna put a decent product on the field. So I'm just saying, all you tank theorists, you tank for Trevor and tank for Fields. It ain't happening, bro. These dudes are really trying to put a product on the field that wins. We might not be that great, but they are trying. They are trying, which is crazy.
Might as well. You got to play the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're trying.
This year is looking like they might not play with crowds, so.
Well, I'm cool with that. I play at the house.
No, but it'll be dope. It'll be like WWE, but you'll actually hear a lot more language. I don't know how CBS, NBC, and Fox is going to be able to edit out all that cussing that y'all going to be hearing.
Hey, Noli, appreciate the super chat. Y'all dudes having super
Appreciate
chat
it, Noli.
wars. I appreciate it. Hey, I ain't gonna complain. But all right, so let's move on. So this is the heat map now that I've upgraded. I put in Schofield at right guard, which is where he got the majority of his snaps. All of his snaps the past 2 seasons have been at right guard. So hell, I put him in at right guard. And I took out Larson because y'all was complaining. Everybody's complaining about having Larson there at left guard, and I put Daly there. Again, I don't think it changes anything. I still think he's the weakest link between him and Paradis are probably the two weaker links in that offensive line. I'm hoping that some of the chemistry that Paradis and Schofield have, and Schofield and Okung have, I hope that can kind of help us out, because there's one thing we've lacked over the years is chemistry on the offensive line, keeping the same dudes in there. And so I like it. I like this a lot. And that's kind of, and listen, the offense has not been our concern. We've been loading up for offense. And that's kind of where it is. That's kind of where it is. Dave, any thoughts on this heat map?
It's almost fully green, man.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, depending who steps up and makes the roster, I mean, you never know. It could be anybody. But until I see it, I may update this every game. I think I'm going to update this after every game.
There's going to be a lot of freaking volatility there, sir.
Yeah, I might do stock up, stock down based on the heat map. That's an idea that just popped in my head. I might do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with Marcus. Marcus says the first few games are gonna be ugly. I agree. Hey, I'm strapped in for the ride. Don't matter. Listen, when you have low expectations, it's hard to get disappointed. So I'm good either way. If we trash, I'm riding. If we great, I'm riding. No matter what, it's Panthers for life, dog. So it don't even matter to me. You all should prepare yourselves to be the same way. That's
everybody 0-0 week 1, man.
All right, so now they want to see the defense. I think the defense has not changed since last week. Oh yes, it did. I did change it. Y'all were complaining about Weatherly and Gross Matos. I made the flip, but the color's still the same for me. You could probably upgrade him to. You can make an argument to upgrade him to yellow, but he's definitely not green for sure. I may move him up a shade to yellow, but I'm definitely not moving him to green. And that's just kind of where I am with the defense. I think, and this just kind of is highlighting where we need to. If we're gonna put a good product on the field, like this highlights where it needs to be. We need to get another cornerback. If we're gonna put a product worth fighting for out there, then we got to get a better cornerback. Pride may be alright, but I'd rather take a veteran cornerback and put him out there. So, I don't know. And then, okay, so you can swap, and people are saying you can swap Chin and put him at safety and put Burris down for nickel. It's not going to matter at the end. The colors ain't changing for me, bro. So it is what it is. So you can flip those two to be the same.
The defense is dang on there being rebuilt from scratch, really. I mean, there ain't too many folks. Like, you got Trey Boston and Short as the veterans. And Shaq, you got those three. So at least you got a veteran in each portion of the defense, each layer of the defense. But this is going to be a young squad, man. It's going to be a young defense, and they're going to be learning on the fly.
Oh, I think it's going to be a young team in general. I think we only have like 1 or 2 players over 30, so it's going to be a young team in general, and that comes with a lot. So,
well, you know, the bottom line is I'm not interested in facing the Chiefs early. Let's just put it that way. That's the best way I can.
It's gonna be a long.
We're not gonna have them opening day because typically that's a division rival. But
yeah.
I have absolutely no interest in facing the Chiefs within the first month of the season.
That's gonna be a long.
Because you don't even know what they're gonna do about preseason yet. I have absolutely no interest.
That's gonna be a long game, B.
Week 1, man. None. I have not. First month, don't want to see them. Give me something late. Give me something in the cold or something. Like, give me something to try to neutralize. You know what I'm saying?
That's going to be a long game, bro.
I have no interest in seeing Kansas City in September. None.
But, yeah. All right, so that's it for the heat maps. Again, I won't show these again and probably until training camp, maybe, something like that. Well, I have some time to kind of take a look and see where we at and assess some things. But, again, shout out to John Pereira. Yes, the schedule is coming out on Thursday, so we'll have a look when it comes out. It's going to be interesting.
Kind of shocked that it's coming out.
Hey man, listen. The show must go on, Dave.
I know.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the Hassan Reddick smoke. I'm seeing that he could we could trade for him. I'm seeing a lot. He has a Temple Connect. The Temple Connect, so they're saying that Rule might go out there and go get Hassan Reddick. We'll see. I don't know. I have no clue what they're gonna do. No clue. But yeah. All right, so moving on. That's all I got for the starters. The way too early. But we'll we'll move on. All right. So Dave, there's some confusing things, and maybe you're probably not as confused as I am, but I want to clarify some things about the roster because, there's some confusing or some misconceptions about the roster and how whether it's 53 man or 56 man. So I want to take the time to kind of clear it up based on the information that I found. It may or may not be true, but this is the information I was able to compile. But the CBA passed, and there was some discussion about a 55 man roster. You can have 2 additional players, and so let me just break down how this works because it's not quite clear as it should be. Okay, so let me read this, okay, Dave, and I'll let you react. Okay, follow me.
Shall follow.
Right. So beginning with the 2020 regular season, the active list limit shall be increased from 46 players per club to 48 players per club, provided, however, that such club's active list includes a minimum of 8 players whose primary playing position is center, guard, or tackle, collectively offensive linemen.
Okay, so that basically means that you can bring 2 more linemen in. You have 2 more linemen up if you want to get to 48.
Well,
because if you have to have 8 within that position,
correct.
What do they typically allow? What ends up normally happening?
I think it's 46 regularly.
Yeah, it's 46. You can go to 48 if you have 8 linemen.
Correct.
So on a typical 46 man, how many linemen do you typically have? 6,
I don't know.
7?
I don't know how many dress. That's the thing. It's a difference between being active and dressing for the game. I mean, or being active or just being on.
I thought that's the same
roster.
thing.
No, excuse me.
Yeah.
Being active or being on the 53-man roster. Yeah, there's a difference.
Yes.
So I don't know how many that actually dress. I've never really paid attention to that. I mean, you've got the inactive list, but I never really paid attention to.
You would think it would be at least 7.
I don't know. That's a good question. So they're saying that as long as 8 or more linemen are active, you can have 48 roster spots instead of 46. Under the old CBA, it was 46 hours, which we addressed. So,
they had to have more than 8. Like most teams probably had to have 8, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you lose like 3 linemen,
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it was already 8 dudes. Like you just give me 2 extra players.
but some would be on special teams, you
Right.
know? Yeah. So it makes sense. I'm not confused.
All right. So just making sure that's kind of.
So you got 40. So pretty much everybody's gonna dress 48 of them.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Well, I'm just waiting for the moment where that one coach forgets to put 8 offensive linemen, then they only have 46, because you know somebody's gonna do it. And Azar will be a former college coach.
And so just to kind of reiterate, you're not getting a 55-man roster per se. The 53-man roster still exists. And this is where it gets kind of confusing, because the 53-man roster still exists. But that roster can be expanded at the team's discretion to 54 or 55 players any given week by elevating players from its practice squad. So this practice squad, from here on out, the practice squad is extremely important, bro, because you can carry guys, and you, based on the game, you can activate, or you can
up to 2 players.
Exactly. So you can carry 2 more players on the 53-man roster.
So basically, you got 53, and how many players are on the practice squad now? I think that number went up too, right?
No, so it didn't. It went up to 12. Or excuse me, it's 12 this year, but then it goes up to 14 in years.
20.
Yeah, in like 2022, something like that. Yeah, so it's still 12 this year. But it's interesting that now you can carry 54 or 55 players by elevating a player on the practice squad.
So how does that work, right? Because now this is where it gets interesting.
It's week to week. It's week to week, Dave.
No, but no, I get that. But think about what other teams can do with other teams' practice squad players.
Mm-hmm.
They can sign them if they put them on the active roster. So then, how is that going to work?
It's like chess out here. It's like chess out here, bro.
Yo, son.
I don't know how that works. That's a great question.
Belichick's about to abuse the crap out of that. Bill about to freaking go to work.
So the initial 53-man roster is permanent. Okay, so that 53-man that initially comes out is permanent. As the players are elevated, they revert back to the practice squad. So, and again, just to reiterate, in 2020 and 2021, the practice squad shall not exceed 12. Beginning 2022 league year, it goes up to 14. So that is interesting. It's I don't know. It's just real interesting. I don't know why you change it from what it was, but it can get real interesting when you talk about everybody's favorite undrafted free agent signing. We talk about like Omar Bayless or something like that. Like this dude can make. He may not make the initial 53, but you can activate him week to week for certain.
Yeah, but then Bill Belichick can just scoop him up if he's on the practice squad. See, that's where.
So it gets funny because if you take somebody from the practice squad, they have to be on a 53-man roster. They don't get to fluctuate. You see what I'm saying? So it's still, it's I don't know. It's still up in the. Yeah. It's still weird, but I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there because it does. The practice squad is going to be a little bit more important this year because you can activate those two guys. So I just want to throw it out there. All right. So let's get into this. Let me share this to you, Dave. In 1 second, peeps. Let's share this. All right, let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen. It is.
All right.
It is blowed up.
So this is the 89-man roster. Right now, we still have an open spot. Remember, this is a title line. So if you see 90 on the roster right here, it's because of that title line. So technically, it should go down to 91. But Dave, let's go through this position by position and see what we got, because this is gonna get this is where stuff gets kind of interesting. Okay, and I don't know if you want to highlight like players we think or we know gonna make the roster and then kind of count them up at the end. But I don't know. We'll just go with the flow and see what happens. But Dave, so center, these are our three centers right now. Paradis, Larson. Larson's that floater go between. Do you think we just keep two centers?
Yep, because Larson's got flexibility.
Yeah, Larson's got that flexibility. So
yeah,
this Maui Goa kid is interesting though, because I think he's playing for some good quarterbacks or some quarterbacks that have gone on to the NFL. So I don't know, that one could be interesting. I don't know if he makes the roster, but
can he play other positions?
I don't know. All I know is he plays center. So I don't know. But yeah, I think center's pretty good. Let's take a look at these everybody's favorite position. So I got the cornerbacks and DBs up. So you got Cornell there, Dante Jackson, Troy Price, Stanley Thomas Oliver, Derek Thomas. He's not sick. He's actually 6'3". Couple tall cats out this joint. But yeah, so this is where it gets interesting. Okay, this is where it gets interesting because I don't see a number one corner on this roster. That's
why I don't want to see the Chiefs in the first month.
Well, Chiefs or not, hell, you want to see somebody in our division week 1?
No,
it don't matter who. We gonna have to take this L no matter who it is.
Our pass rush needs to be vicious.
Ain't gonna help us, dog. Ain't gonna help us out, B. But yeah, no, I just don't see. So I still think with that 80, because we have 89 dudes on the roster right now. I still think we go out. If they want this team to be competitive, you need to go back out and get another roster. Get another cornerback. Because I think that's where we're lacking right now. I see Cornell, their slot guy, Dante Jackson slot guy. Troy Pride an outside guy, but we don't know. He's a rookie. Stanley Thomas Oliver, he's a special teams guy. Derek Thomas, I don't know about him. He's tall, but okay. Quinn Blanding, okay. TJ Green, okay. Jamerson, Cole Luke. I mean, come on, we don't have anybody. We don't have we have zero. I'm not happy about this right here, man. This is where I have a lot of concerns about this, and if we're gonna be competitive, this needs to be addressed ASAP. Unless Troy Pride comes out and he's just elite off the rip, which I'm not gonna hold my breath, but
You never know, man.
I don't know.
If he's coached up, you never know.
We don't know. That's true. We don't know, but just looking at this, I have a lot of concerns because this tells me they're gonna still play Dante Jackson outside, and that's not a good idea. So it's not pretty. And maybe they should roll some young dudes out there. Maybe they should roll some young cats out there and see what they got. Maybe Derek Thomas is kind of nice. Maybe he just needs the opportunity. I don't know. But we need some cornerbacks bad. And it's not pretty here. So I have a lot of concerns with the cornerback position. Any thoughts on the cornerbacks, Dave, before we move on?
Nah, man, we gonna get burned.
Yeah, it's not
gonna look good.
It's not pretty. Not pretty. All right, so here's our defensive end. So Gross Matos, Obata, Chris Smith, Weatherly, Miles Adams, Devontae Lambert, Zach Kerr. Which is interesting. They had Zach Kerr as a defensive end, which is very interesting to me because I took these directly from the Panthers website, and some of these positions caught me off guard because Zach Kerr is built like a tackle, and they have him as a defensive end. So maybe you don't need to look into that too deep, but it's just interesting. I guess
they're saying that he can play both.
Maybe. But yeah, Zach Kerr, they got him as defensive end. But I like Gross Matos. I actually like Obata. I may be in the minority there, but I do like Obata. I think he's serviceable as a rotational guy. Weatherly, I don't really know what we have in him. Chris Smith. Chris Smith is, he got the nice story. What he came back home. So hopefully, I wish the best for this. He's been through a lot. So I hope Chris Smith makes a roster. But yeah, no, these defensive ends, I don't know why. And, let me just throw Burns because he's not up here. They have him listed as a LB defensive end. So there we go. Maybe that makes more sense. All right, so Brian Burns is there. Marquise Haynes and Christian Miller are also here as defensive end / linebackers.
You think Miller's gonna make the team, man?
That's what I was gonna say earlier, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
How many D's we took the team? Like what, 6, right? 5 or 6?
You keep about 5 or 6. So you looking at, Gross. Gross Matos is gonna make it.
They like FA.
They like FA a lot. I think Weatherly's gonna make it.
You got Burns.
You got Burns. I think Marquise Haynes is mentioned by name by Matt Rule a couple of times. The only guy he keeps leaving out is Christian Miller. And it's just interesting. I like Miller. I like Christian Miller a lot. I mean, I think he needs a little bit more opportunity. But I think because we're switching back to that 4-3 scheme, I think this is where he gets kind of left out because he's more of that tweener where he can play outside linebacker in a 3-4 and he's kind of a smaller defensive end in a 4-3. So it's just weird. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Miller. I have no clue, but it's interesting. But I like what they have here. They've got options at defensive end or / linebacker. And again, I took this from the Panthers website, so forgive me for these tweener things. So any thoughts on the defensive end, Dave?
But I'll tell you what, this This has gotten much stronger. Like this is probably our strongest position on our defense for sure. But that's probably obvious to everybody. But,
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. So and I don't and it's not like overwhelmingly strong, which is concerning, right? So it's the strongest part of our team, but like I'm not like overly optimistic that they're gonna be great. But we'll see. But the good thing is too, we've got some youth here, and this is when this column here is when they become a free agent. So we've got some youth here. You got 2024, 2024. This should be actually 2025. When it's the year they become a undrafted free or unrestricted free agent. So we got some youth there, which I like. All right. So defensive tackle. Let's move on. Oops. See, so these are our defensive tackles. You got Derek Brown, you got Bravion Roy, you got Kawan Short. I think there's an opportunity to bring somebody else, another body in here too, maybe. I don't know about these other two cats that we got, Woodrow Hamilton and Austrian Robinson. I think this is where you slide Zach Kerr back down to the defensive tackle, and then you got your nice 4-man rotation. I think that's what happens there. I don't know why Zach Kerr is listed at defensive end. But again, I pulled it from the website. Don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. So I think defensive tackle, interior, I think we're good there. I think that may be our strong point. Interior now. With Brown and Short and then Roy coming in as rotational, I think that's where we straight. All right. Any thoughts on that, Dave? Defensive tackles?
Nah, we good on the tackles, man. You got KK and Derek Brown. I kind of can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that should be interesting, man.
I can't wait to see that. He makes the team. Alex makes the team. Move on.
You think so? You think so, Dave?
Yeah, he makes the team.
Well, that's true. I mean, because if you look at
trying to like, it all depends, right? Like, because he can play tight end too. He makes the team. I think the versatility keeps him there.
I don't know, man. I think if you look at how Peyton uses his fullbacks, I think there's definitely room for a fullback on the roster. I don't know if fullback was used at LSU like that. Somebody's got to chime in and let me know, because I don't know. I don't know if they utilize fullback at LSU, but that's college too, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Armour, man. I like Armour. So no fullback in at LSU, but Peyton does utilize a fullback in New Orleans, excuse me. So I don't know where he's gonna go there. So let's take a look at the offensive line, the guards. So you just got Mike Schofield. I think Mike Horton is interesting, and John Miller. We signed John Miller. I like Mike Horton a lot. The dude went up against Derek Brown in practice all year last year, so it could. I like Mike Horton. I'm hoping this dude makes the team. Again, we've done really good with undrafted free agents at the guard position, so I'm hoping he adds to that lineage. Dave, any thoughts on the guards?
Guards. Horton's probably going to make the team, and Schofield's probably going to. Dang, I didn't realize how freaking hurt we were on guard. Schofield, yeah, I didn't realize how bad we were on guard.
I mean, some of these dudes are like OL. So hold on, because it's just weird the way they classify some of these guys. So some of these guys can probably play guard too. So they've got guard, they've got offensive guard, offensive lineman, and they've got offensive tackles and tackles. It's just really weird how they do positions on the website. So I don't know. But like I said, we've done really good. And then they've got Daly classified as a tackle. So if you want to put Daly in here with a guard, you could do that. And there's position flexibility with some of these tackles. So, Tecklenburg is the dude. He's actually a center. He used to be a center for Baylor. He retired, and then Matt Rule got him out of retirement to come play for the Panthers. Dropping that clout. That clout. What about kickers, Dave? You like kickers?
I like kickers.
Everybody's favorite position. Kickers, you got Gano and Slide. Any chance Gano makes the roster?
No.
33-year-old kicker.
No. Unless Slide really screws the pooch during the preseason.
Yeah, I'm not missing guys. This is just the way that they're classified from the Panthers roster. So yeah, I think Gano is gone. Gano is gone. No, ha ha.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say it, man.
All right, knee slapper. All right, so Dave. Look at all these linebackers though. This is where it gets interesting to me, man. I think this is where you see a couple of guys.
And then you didn't even put the linebacker DEs up there either.
I didn't. I didn't put the linebacker DEs because I don't want to get confused. Because I think
but you need to.
I think these two guys are not linebacker DEs. They're DEs. Christian Miller can be lumped into the linebacker role. So just for argument's sake, I'm gonna take these dudes. I'm gonna take the linebacker DEs out of here and let's just talk about these linebackers, because I think this is where I think you're gonna see some dudes cut. You can be like, oh man, Andre Smith, y'all, Carter, y'all dudes gotta watch y'all back, bro. Cause I don't know about y'all long term. Like they coming up 2022, they ain't really shown nothing, and we signed a ton of undrafted free agent linebackers, like a ton of them. So you got your boy Jordan.
Like these cats are smelling blood too.
Yeah, so I think this is where you're gonna see some surprise. I think Jordan Mack is interesting. I think Chris Orr, I like Chris Orr a lot. But just these 6'3", 220, 240 guys. Even don't forget about Jordan Kunashek too, because he was decent last year too. Again, it's difficult when you're not under the regime. They're bringing in their own guys. That's where I think you guys like Carter, Andre Smith, Kunashek, you gotta watch out back, because I could see a surprise cut there. It makes no sense for you to bring all these linebackers in if you like what you see in the linebacker room. So I don't know. I could be reaching here. I could be reaching, but we'll see. Any thoughts on that, Dave? The linebackers?
Man, there's a lot of them.
There's a ton of them, bro. There's a ton of them. We signed 5 of them.
Keep like 7 of them, right? 6 or 7 of them. Probably 6. Yeah, 7, 6 maybe.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man.
I know one that's definitely making the team.
Shaq and Tahir are the only 2 dudes I really think they're gonna make the team. Even you can argue Tahir, but I think he makes it. But I don't know about anybody else is up for grabs.
It's gonna get ugly.
Very ugly. But let's move on. What about JJ? You gotta have your long snapper, your elite long snapper. I wonder when this dude's gonna retire, man.
He don't have to retire.
Yeah, I would just play forever as a long. Like, you can't be getting beat up.
He doesn't have to retire.
It's interesting. He could probably play forever, man. So punter, we know Parladay's there. We won't talk about that. QB, we got the 3 QBs. Got Teddy Bridgewater, Will Grier, PJ Walker. I don't think it's interesting how they didn't bring in at least one more for some competition. It looks like they got their 3 guys and they're rolling with it. All right, running backs. We just let go of one. He's not on the roster. The Murphy kid, we let him go. But you still got Mike Davis, who I think is going to be a cap casualty. I think you got Bonifant. You got McCaffrey. I think they like Rodney Smith a lot, and Scarlett. I think Scarlett could. I don't know, man. He didn't get much love last year. I don't know, man. I don't know, Dave. What you think about these running backs? How many do you think we keep?
I think Rule's gonna fall in love with Bonifant.
I think Bonifant will be number 2.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fall in love with Butterfly. This goes back to what they're gonna do with Arma.
Yeah. Interesting.
If they keep Arma, they only keep 3 of these guys, and McCaffrey's already a done deal. So they only got 2 out of the other 4 gonna make the team.
We'll see.
Rodney Smith's got a pretty good shot too.
I think he makes. Nah, I think he make the. He's a practice squad guy. I think, just my opinion. I think he's a practice squad guy. He's already older than McCaffrey. That's crazy. All right, let's take a look at these safeties. Safeties: Trey Boston, the OG, Chen Robinson, Burris. I think
all
everybody.
make the team, man.
Yeah, I think everybody's safe. We got. If you look at this column, we got some stability here. Some stability. I think these two actually go out to 2025 when they become.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't they just be 4-year deals?
Yeah, the year they become
free agents. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's the extra year. Yeah, I did it wrong when I did my math too, initially. So yeah, so we've got some stability here. Burris, I think he got a 2-year deal or 1-year deal, 1 or 2, I don't remember. But he's, I don't know. We got some stability in the safety position. I think they all make the roster. Pretty easy there. Let's take a look at these tackles. We got a ton of tackles today. Ton of tackles. Dennis Daly. A lot of you guys say he could move inside the guard, which I agree. Greg Little, Taylor Moton, Russell Okung. Then I like this Brandon Brown kid from Ohio State, undrafted free agent. I'm watching him too. I think he could make the roster. And at least, not make the roster, but hopefully at least make the practice squad at minimum. Hopefully he can do that. I agree with what you guys are saying. I think Taylor Moton needs to get extended ASAP. Again, as you can see, he's on. He's going to become a unrestricted free agent 2021. So we got to get him signed up ASAP. ASAP. Get him signed up. All right. So we got to extend him. I don't know what the holdup is with that. Like, just pay that man. Pay the man. All right, moving on, Dave. You got any thoughts on these tackles?
Man.
A lot of 6'7" dudes.
I'm wondering, like, I'm wondering how much patience Rule's gonna have with Little.
No loyalty, dog. And I think Little needs.
The thing is, Little's gonna make the team by default because of all these free agencies. There's 5 guys that's gonna be walking after this season.
I think
Little and Daly might be the only ones left.
I think Little needs to worry about his health.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't put any. They went and got Okung for a reason. Okay, if they like or knew they had some stability in Greg Little, then they would have kept him around. Or excuse me, they wouldn't have signed Okung. They don't like something about him. So whether it's his health, his ability, something ain't right, and that's why they went out and got Okung. All right, so let's take a look at these wide receivers. Everybody's favorite position. It's a lot of them dudes. It's a lot of them. It's a whole lot of dudes, and only like 5 or 6 spots.
Probably gonna take 6 this year. If Brady's slanging it, there's gonna be 6 of them. Pick your 6, man.
You want me to pick my 6?
Pick your 6.
If I'm going with 6, I'm gonna go with. Let me get my highlighter out. All right. So obviously, we got Curtis. You got DJ Moore.
He might not even be on the roster, but
oh man, you bugging? If they wanted to move him, they would have moved him by now.
I told you, man. We got to change. We got to change the ending of our theme.
Yeah, that's
technically funny. We don't know who number 10.
Yeah, the next number 10 could be elite, and you just
I just was ahead of the curve.
You was ahead of the game. All right, so we know we got these 3. We pretty.
I think Farrell Cooper makes the team.
You think Cooper makes the team because of returnability? I'm not gonna knock you there. I'm not gonna knock you there. I think Seth Roberts makes it. Personally, And this is where it gets interesting because you got the Keith Kirkwood connect, the Temple connect. You could go there. You could go everybody's favorite undrafted free agent, Omar Bayless. You could do that. But I don't know.
John Pierre already has a number though.
John Pierre I think he returns. Didn't he make the active roster at one point and return some kicks? If I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
But yeah, he's not making the team. He's a practice squad guy. So
I think this is where those extra players.
Yeah.
54, 55. This is where this might come to play for us.
So y'all saying Kirkwood over Bayless. Bayless, listen, I'm not being a hater. Bayless does have a pathway to make the team. Let me be clear. There is a path for him to make the team. I'm not a hater, but he's got to show up big time. And listen, if he shows up like good old Brent Burson used to do back in the day and become training camp superstar, then he'll make the team. He'll make the team, but I just don't know if he has that ability. We'll see. He might be able to roast some of our slow corners. He might. Whoa, do we have a slow corner? I don't know. Dante running 4-3. Pride running 4-4. So I don't know if Bayless can burn our corners. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But yeah, it gets interesting. Fast but sorry. True. Fast but trash. That's what I like to. That may be the new Thieves. Fast but trash. That's the new. That's the new.
Don't do that, man.
Yo, that's the new secondary nickname. Fast but trash. Yo,
don't do that.
Come on, man. Don't do that,
man.
Come on, man. All right, I'm just calling it like I see it, man. Just calling it like I see it.
Look, man. If some of these folks start watching your videos, they ain't gonna be looking at the chat. Let me tell you that right now. They're not.
I'm joking. Relax. Relax.
I know you are.
Relax.
No, we got some fast corners though. But there's more. You need more than speed to play that position.
You gotta have some ball skills. You gotta be able to do something. But Dave, that's the roster. That's it for the roster. Listen, I think they've got a decent product, man. If you would ask me, I would have said, hey, nah, we good. We just gonna be trash this year. But I think Rule came in and Hurney and they worked together, put together a decent roster for this year. I'm not gonna say I'm impressed, but I'm more surprised that they were able to kind of do this, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it's difficult to kind of articulate because I wanted us to be garbage, but I'm impressed.
They're building a roster.
Yeah, I'm impressed that they're able to kind of build something. I don't know, man. Again, I'm not saying we're gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that at all. But I expected us to be garbage, and maybe we still might be. Maybe we. And that's what concerns me even worse, Dave. Having a decent roster, but then not be able to coach it, and that's a whole another topic that I ain't getting to. But all right, Dave. That's all I got for the 90-man roster. Do you want to take some calls, or what you want to do?
We can take a couple calls.
You take a couple calls. All right, let's get a couple calls in here. You open up get this phone number popping for the people. There y'all go. Let me stop sharing. Lock the screen. All right, we'll open up the phones for a little bit, and let us know what y'all think about this roster, man. Y'all think we're gonna be all right? Are we gonna be? We're gonna be. What? I want to know what your prediction for the year, your win-loss prediction. What you thinking, Dave? What's your win-loss prediction? Just way too early. We just having fun. Right now.
It's probably gonna be 7. I'm thinking. But Rule probably 6-10.
6-10. That's a nice amount of wins, man. That's gonna get you.
The problem is
that's gonna get you top 15 pick.
Fam, the schedule, man. Like So now, this is the way I see it. Can we beat the Chargers now? Probably. I think we could probably beat the Chargers. We get the Chargers early. Now, that's a team I would love to get early. Let's get LA early. Let's get the Chargers early.
Okay.
I want them early. Tyrod or Herbert ain't going to do it for me. I want them early. Let's get them out the paint early.
All right, Dave. Let's get to some of these calls. Let's go to 704.
What's up? How you doing?
Noli, what's good, brother? How are you?
Man?
Appreciate the super chats, by the way.
No problem. I just wanted reason why we're doing that is because we don't know who's in charge. Hurting a rule. I've always said, I think it's rules, quote unquote rule, like Slim says, until once Hurney's out the paint. Whether that means he's fired or he's demoted. But you can't be going around like Slim saying, "I trust Hurney in the first round." Who do you think who has all to say? Like, you got to pick one. But as far as the roster goes, I disagree with Dave. Let's get the Chiefs week 1.
Line them up. Line them up. Chiefs, Saints.
Line them up.
Bucks. Just line them up.
Bucks. What NFC team we play?
Yo, that's funny. Don't do
What
that,
NFC
man.
Just stack them up in a line.
Don't do
Crush
that.
the
Yo.
confidence of everybody.
Don't do that, man.
Do you know what NFC opponents we play?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
Oh, NFC North.
Yeah, so you got the Packers, Vikings, Chiefs, Chargers, Redskins.
Ooh, Cardinals too. They're gonna tear up our secondary. So I think ideally you don't want them to be all lined up. I would do something like Chiefs, and then a little bounce back game, and then Saints, and then maybe a little bounce. Just space them out, because if I don't want bad teams to be at the end. But honestly, at this point, with all the roster moves they made, I'm not going to get excited for a 2021 QB until I see how the first 8 games go. I'm a little excited right now, but I mean, if we start out 4-4, like, that pretty much takes us out. So I'd rather just to me, I'm going to wait and see this roster, the way they constructed it. If this was under Rivera, with the QB situation, looks like a 7-9 team, 6-10, maybe 8-8. But we'll see. I guess again, my big question is just I don't know how we're going to be, because like Dave brought up when we hired Rule, everywhere he's been, his first year is rough.
Garbage.
And that could be either because he was taking over a bad program, or he was, maybe that first year is just a transition, learning a new system.
Yeah, but now,
for those players. But
yeah, now he's been able to hand select guys though, so maybe it might accelerate the process.
Yeah, but also the NFL is a completely different game.
I'm just,
and like
Slim
said, and that was in college. Yeah, and like Slim is saying, rare time I agree with him. That was in college. Yep, NFL is a different animal, so he's going to have a learning curve. Half those college coaches are going to have a learning curve. Even now, you got the coronavirus. I find it hard to believe we're going to go 6-10, 7-9. I know we got all the weapons, but I just feel like we're still behind the 8 ball. That I find it hard to believe unless literally we get a slew of early games like Dave wants. I don't see how we're going to be good early on. So I'm hoping, like you said, we lose as many games as possible. We need to secure our QB for the future in next year's draft. I won't get upset if we do end up 6-10, 7-9. Like, I'll never actively be upset if my team wins. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's just a weird time. Did they? I don't know. What was it? The lockout? August is when training camp started. I remember Rivera's first year. I don't know if y'all have read anything when they're thinking the NFL could open back up, but we'll see. I guess.
I don't know. They're releasing the schedule, so everything looks like it's gonna be moving along here. But all right, bro. I got a bunch of calls to get to. Any final thoughts?
Appreciate it. Oh no, just like I said, Chiefs week 1. Bucks week 2, Saints week 3, and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
All right,
bro.
I already know. Have a good one, man.
70, the other 704. What's good?
Hello, you talking to me?
Yo,
Can you hear
yeah,
me or no?
yeah. We can hear you. What's good?
All right. Well, this draft that just happened, I think the moves that we kind of did was perfect. Like you said, only thing I feel like you did, like you think I watched your breakdown of the Panthers, like all the players, and like you said, the only thing I kind of feel that we didn't do was get a tight end. I don't like Ian Thomas as our tight end because that's not a playmaking tight end, but everything else is pretty much standard. I feel like we got to wait till next year. We are going to need another corner because we go against elite quarterback with elite wide receiver play. So you is going to need somebody to cover somebody. But otherwise, I do like our draft, and we pretty much killed it. And we did everything else in the offseason. But I appreciate y'all taking my call.
All right, bro.
Y'all be safe.
Yeah, you too, man. So just on the Ian Thomas thing, yo, I like Ian Thomas. I think he hadn't had a chance to fully go out there and do his thing just yet. So I'm not gonna brag on Ian Thomas just yet. I like him. And we'll see what happens with Ian though. I think they did bring in some tight ends though. And we'll see what happens. I think Brady likes those 6'6" athletic former basketball player type guys. So I don't know if Ian Thomas fits with what Brady's trying to do, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, other 704. What's good?
Oh, there's a lot of Charlotte in here today.
It's a lot of Charlotte. Charlotte is
There's
lit.
a lot of Charlotte, man.
What's
good
good
with y'all,
Austin?
man?
Yeah, we hanging in there, bro.
Not too much, man. You know, just playing FIFA, quarantining.
That's all you do is play FIFA. That's all you do.
I played the Division 2 with the LBs. You know, COVID ops. You know how we do.
COVID ops.
But check this out. So yeah. But yeah, man. All right, so I'm not sure what the season's gonna be. I'm definitely thinking maybe 6 wins. But is that gonna be maybe too much to get the quarterback that everybody's thinking of now? Also, have y'all heard any rumors about Curtis Samuel?
Yeah, there were some rumors
They're
out there, but
they're talking about he might have been on the block at one point.
yeah, but rules
Is he still on the trading block?
I don't think so. But
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna trade block. But I do think if they were gonna move him, that window has passed. I think they should have moved him during the draft if they're gonna move him. But I don't know, man. I like Curtis, and my thoughts about Curtis are well documented. I did a whole little mini docu-series on him last year. I like Curtis Samuel. If we can find a quarterback that can get him the ball, it would be a completely different monster. Like he would be in a completely different stratosphere right now if you hit this man when he's open. Period.
Okay.
But I like him. I like Curtis.
That was really about it. This is a real short one. I know I'm not going to any away games this year, so
shit, I don't know if I'm going to any home games this year.
Hey, yo. Actually, yeah, they said I think training camp's supposed to start back up in July. That's what I read somewhere.
Yeah, it's always late July. It's always the last weekend in July is when it typically kicks off, and I'll be there.
Mask up, mask on, mask off.
Yo, that's
Whatever
chill,
people say.
yo. Stupid, man. All right, bro.
Yeah, I get at y'all.
All right, yo.
Keep pounding. Y'all know what it is.
All
right, man.
All right, 386. What's good?
What's up?
What's going on, bro?
I just want to talk mostly about the quarterback situation. I don't know if you heard this or not, but there's somebody. His name is Tommy Stevens, and from Mississippi State, and that's who the Saints traded up and took. And the first call that they took him before they even took him, he said, "Yeah, I'll go to you guys," because they just called him and said, "We'll pick you up as an undrafted free agent." But then they called him again, and he said he didn't want to play for him, that he wanted to play for us because he's trying to be like the next Taysom Hill. And then they traded up and picked him and took him away from us. Do you think we could probably see something like Taysom Hill from P.J. Walker, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you got to get creative with how you're gonna use PJ. I don't know. You could definitely see it. I could see some Taysom Hill like plays with PJ. I don't know though. I have no clue. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it for sure.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I read this. I heard the story about that quarterback, man. You know, I think that all happened because and the thing is, Sean Payton wanted to be a prick too. Like he admitted that he wanted to be a prick and took him because he didn't want it. Because the guy initially said, "Oh, I don't want to come to the Saints." Already admitted to come to Carolina, and then he's like, "You know what? We'll just draft you, and then you ain't got a choice."
Yeah.
So.
But I think a lot of that was I think Steve Drummond, the social media or communications director, came out refuted that we had a deal in place for we had some talks with him before he was drafted, but nothing was in the books. So I mean it happens. It is what it is. I'm not tripping off of it. I'm cool. I'm cool with PJ.
I'm not mad about it. But I think in the next 5 years you're going to see every single team in the NFL with that 2 quarterback system, like how the Saints do.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts, Bills drafted Jake Fromm, and Jake Fromm obviously isn't fast or nothing, but you have Josh Allen, who's fast, and I'm not saying that Jake Fromm's going to come in and be the number one, obviously not, but you're going to give those quarterbacks 5 to 10 plays a game that are going to come in and just trick up the defense a little bit, get them off put them on their heels, whatnot.
Anything could happen, man. These offenses are getting creative, and you gotta use your talent, get the best out of the guys you can get. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some sprinkle plays in with PJ where he gets his own sets. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
That's pretty much it. I just want to address that and see what y'all thought about it.
All right, bro. Dave, you got anything else?
I'm good, boss. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate the call, bro.
All right.
Yep.
Y'all have a good night.
You too,
You
man.
too, my man.
910, what's good?
Surprise.
This dude. Yo, what's good, Lox, man? What's
It's
poppin',
fitting
bro?
to close with you, man. It's fitting to close with
we
you.
closing with you. What you got, man? The floor is yours.
Hey, you didn't even know this was me.
Nah, I knew it was you. That's why I saved you. I saved you for last.
Saved the best for last, man.
Oh, all right. Hey, as far as this quarterback thing, I think PJ is a surefire for that number 2. But watch out for Greer, because I believe Greer can take that number 2, and he can be that number 2.
I don't know.
As far as the
we'll see.
Simple connects too strong.
I'll wait.
Man.
I'll wait on that. Go ahead.
And the reason I said that is because look at what Joe Brady did with Burrow. Burrow was projected to be an undrafted. Talking about Burrow until Joe Brady came in, and his first year under Brady, he threw 16 or 18 touchdowns, something like that. He wasn't on nobody's radar, and it wasn't to that second year that Burrow he really flourished under that system. And Greer, he was like the number quarterback coming out of high school. And last
your connection is wrong.
Ron Rivera.
You breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Last year, Greer was thrown to the wolves behind a terrible offensive line in a Ron Rivera, North Turner offense, and y'all know that's a old school offense. Not he's in more of a new school, innovative offense. So I believe he can take that next step with Joe Brady and with Matt Rule. So y'all look out for Will Greer. Everybody's loving it. Like I said, everybody's on PJ, but watch out for Greer. And as far as the win-loss prediction, like I said, we all like Teddy Bridgewater. He's no more than to me, he's more than like a game manager. He's a guy that can win some games, but he's a game manager. and I expect us to struggle this upcoming year with no OTAs and no off-season programs. So I expect us to start out slow, and we actually need to go at about 4-12, 3-13, so we can get Trevor Lawrence. We can have the first pick. We can have the first pick in every round, and we got hella cap space coming next year. I'm telling you, if I don't want to tank, but I want to lose games competitive, so we can get Trevor Lawrence, and we can have cap space. So next year, if we can get Trevor Lawrence and we can get the first pick in every round, and we got a hella money to spend, next year we could really make a move, because Tom Brady and Drew Brees, they could be gone next year, and we could really make a move. Now, I don't want to be stuck with no damn Teddy Bridgewater. I like Teddy Bridgewater, but I don't feel like we can, go to the next level with him. I feel like we can win, knowing that they have an extended playoff, extra playoff team. But I don't see no Super Bowl. So, well, like I know y'all saying we could win a lot of games, and we could be. I see us being competitive, but I don't see us winning a lot of games. Do y'all think getting Trevor and having the first pick in every round with as much cap space as we're going to have next year, I think that should be the ultimate plan. I want y'all to tell you what y'all think about that.
Let me ask you this: how much cap space you think we have next year? Because it's not as much as y'all think we have. We done signed a lot of players, and that cap space has dwindled down a lot. So we don't have as much cap space as we think we initially had. So I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to pick from one of the top two quarterbacks next year. It would be nice. Whether it's Trevor or whether it's Fields, it don't matter. I think, but we cannot bank on that. And I think what's happened now is that we've put together a roster that's capable of winning some games. And I agree that we should have been bad enough to where tanking, it would have been an innate tank. Like, we wouldn't have had to try to tank. We would have just been bad. But the fact that we've tried to put a decent roster together, I think they'll be competitive enough to be maybe like pick number 10 or 11. And you could still get if you want a quarterback bad enough, you can go and get a guy. Like, if you really feel like Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence are your guy, then go get him. But I just don't think I don't know that it's going to happen. And the fact that we signed Teddy Bridgewater was a clear sign for me that they ain't worried about 2021. They're going to play, and whatever, let the chips fall where they may. They don't care. They don't care about getting a top 10 pick, because if that was the case, they would have rocked with what they had. They would have rocked with Will Greer, and they would have rocked with Kyle Allen, and we'd have been just bad. But they signed Teddy. Teddy's gonna get a shot. I think Teddy's gonna be. I agree with your assessment of Teddy. I think Teddy's gonna be good. He's gonna be a solid quarterback. Obviously, he ain't gonna win us a Super Bowl, but I think Teddy's a decent quarterback. But I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for all the people that want us to tank, because we're gonna be somewhat decent. And y'all are going to be so mad that we're going to be picking like number 11 or 12 that y'all not going to know what to do yourselves. So just prepare yourselves to be decent. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, before I get to my last question, like I said, as far as I don't think, like I said, like I've been telling fans, I don't feel like we're going to tank. I feel like we're going to compete. We're going to compete. And they're gonna try. They're gonna lose close games. Put it like this. Y'all remember 2001 season?
Yeah, I remember.
We went 1-15. Yeah, we went 1, but we were competitive in every game. We lost like how many games by one score?
About 10 of them. We lost a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe we can have a roster like that. I think we'll have a roster that will put a lot of points on the board against, a lot of the good teams. But at the end of the day, I think our defense will fold, or Teddy won't be able to get us to the point we need to win those games, and we'll lose a lot of close games, and therefore we'll be able to get a quarterback to what we need to win championships. I don't believe they.
And that's a good point, because Teddy don't play defense, so we gonna have to put up some points, but Teddy don't play defense, so that's a good point that you brought up with the defense. Go ahead.
Okay, my last thing, and this is kind of not a trivia question for y'all guys, and I'm gonna give y'all 3 guys that I feel will be surprise cuts and surprise makes, and I want y'all to give me y'all's before I hang up. And I'm gonna give y'all my 3 surprise makes of the roster. It's a tight end from Temple by the name of Colin Thompson. Yeah. I feel like he can make the end of the roster, the last tight end. I don't feel like Chris Manhurst is in the team's plans. I feel like he can make the roster. My second guy, y'all probably gonna roast me for this, but Corn Elder. I feel like he can be a surprise make. And my third guy is Graham Gano. Everybody feel like Graham Gano is sure is gone. I'm not a Joey Sly fan. I feel like Graham Gano will surprise people and make this. But I'm gonna give y'all a surprise. I would rather Joey Sly make the roster because I feel like he's a worse kicker. Therefore, if we get in kickoff range and he miss a couple field goals, then we can get another high pick. But don't be surprised if Graham Gano makes the roster.
Gano will probably contribute to that a little bit more than Sly. But, let me give you mine. So you said 3 players surprise makes and surprise cuts. I think a surprise cut that I'm looking at. I think Christian Miller. I'm thinking he might not make it, bro. I'm thinking he might not make it. I think a surprise.
I agree with you there.
I think a surprise make. I'm gonna roll with, because I've been so hard on him. I'm gonna give him some slack here. I'm gonna say Omar Bayless makes the roster. And I'm gonna say. Go ahead, Dave.
I think the running back that we just picked up in undrafted free agent, Rodney Smith.
Yep.
He's gonna make the team.
And one more surprise make. I'm gonna go with a surprise make. I'm gonna go with Jordan Mack, linebacker. I think he makes it from Virginia.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I think he absolutely makes the team.
I think he makes it. That's just me, rambling. Okay. I haven't had time to sit down and think about it, but that's just me thinking off the top, man. It's just rambling.
I'm not gonna say a cut, but I still think that Chris Samuels could possibly get traded, man.
I think that if it would have happened, I think it would have happened a long time ago. If it was gonna happen.
Who can get traded? He said Curtis Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh nah. I don't think he's going nowhere this year. I don't think. And before I hang up, I'm gonna give you my surprise cuts. F.A. Obata, Tyler Larson, and Tyler Larson, and surprise. Who my last surprise cut? Oh yeah. It's kind of like a redundant thing, but my surprise cut is Sly, because I said my surprise make is Gano, so I guess this is stupid, but it's Sly. Yeah,
I got it.
Sly, because
I don't know about
but hey, that's all I got.
All right, bro. All right. No, you good?
All right,
you good?
All right.
All right. Yep.
I'll be listening. I'll be listening.
All right.
See you, man.
All right. So, Dave, you got anything else?
Nah, man. It was a good show.
Dave ready to get back to that game, bro.
No, actually, I might actually try to get some work done. We'll see. I don't know yet. I probably will get back and try to see if I can close it out tonight, but I don't see it, man. There's probably another 3-4 hours left. I ain't got the energy for it tonight. These kids, man. These chillins.
Yeah, man. All right, so that's all I got. That's all I got for this week. Look forward to the calendar. The schedule's dropping on Thursday. That should be interesting. I'm trying to think of anything else. No, that's it.
Before we close, I gotta answer this question for Marcus. Marcus, Persona 5 is about 100 hours, bro. it's about 100 hours. Oh, who I got? Jill Scott versus Erica? I'm taking Jill, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know who got that. That's too close for me.
I think if there's gonna be a tie, this will probably be it. But I'm taking Jill. I think the problem is is gonna, as usual. No, does Erica have more hits? I think her sway into hip hop later in her career is gonna be why Jill might have an advantage here. Jill's been more consistent. That's for sure. Jill's been way more consistent than Erica has. So it all depends. It's gonna be. I can't wait. I can't wait for it this weekend. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know who's gonna win.
I'm watching that one, and I'm hoping that Jill doesn't Teddy Riley it though. I just hope she's ready. Erica's already done this. She's already done like 3 concerts online, which were outstanding for what understands. Yeah, I was wondering that too. I don't know who's gonna play Who Got Me. You Got Me, man. Neither.
Yeah, they
don't need it.
Gotta cancel that one out.
Yeah.
All right, so Dave, you about ready to get up out of here, bro?
Yeah, man. Let's close it out.
Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast hosted by Rashad and David. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you are notified when new episodes are posted. You can also catch episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, and Podcast Addict. Review and rate this episode 5 stars and share it with all the Panther fans you know. And always remember, keep pounding. Thank you for listening to the Panther.
Keep pounding, people. I gotta take that loop off. My bad. Keep pounding, people. We about to get up out of here. We gonna see y'all next week. All right. Stay safe out in these streets. Peace out.